All right, whatever. Good enough. All right, so welcome to the new shop. And I've got Drama here, and we're both dressed in orange because we're gonna put together an orange bike. And before you get too excited, this is not a new bike that's getting added to my stable. I have way too many bikes. But Orange really wanted me to try this bike out. It's the Orange 4. It's shorter travel, but it's a trail bike. Usually a bike that's this short of travel is an XC bike, but this isn't. It's not a brand new bike. It was ridden at Sea Otter. And we're not going to ride it tonight, but we're going to put it together. And I know these are new surroundings that you guys haven't seen before, and we'll get to that. But for now, let's get to the task at hand, which is putting together this bike. Now, this is the first live stream that I'm doing successfully, and a lot of you guys went to my first live stream, which I didn't even know that happened. That one was, I think it was titled Putting Together My Mailbox, and I didn't even know until 2 days later that it actually posted, and a lot of you guys were there waiting. Wow, look at this. Pretty cool, huh? So from time to time, I'm going to go to the computer and check your guys' comments and everything. Somebody asked me a pet Drama. I think that's in order because he looks a little anxious, if you ask me. He doesn't know what's going on. Drama went to the vet today because he's got a problem with his left eye. I think when I was building all this, he got a little sawdust in it, but we're not really sure what happened, but they have him on some eye drops. Right, buddy? All right, so they packaged this thing up pretty good. I think this is the same, Brian, if you're watching, I think this might be the same bag that you have or something similar, although I haven't seen these exact straps in yours. And again, guys, if you leave a comment and you want me to see it, just hang tight because every few minutes I'm going to go and check the live stream. But for now, I'm working on stuff, so I'm going to try and keep as engaged as possible with you. Now, as you can see, we're in a new shop here. This is my garage. It's a one-car garage. I don't have all my bikes in here. I actually have them in Seth's bike dungeon, which is beneath the house. It's a lot of storage, so this place can be a filming space, it can be a workspace, it can be a place where we can make videos a lot more often than I used to. And I was spending the last week getting the house set up, and a lot of that time was setting up the shop, which I'm not going to show you guys all the shop today. I'm not going to give you a whole tour. That's going to be a video, and I can show you how I built everything and some of the cool features of this shop. Oh, I see. There's a hole. Never messed with one of these bags. There's a whole platform that this thing goes in. Pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to raise the dropper post a little bit and clamp it to the collar. I'm not going to clamp it to the actual part of the post that goes in there. Again, you should never actually clamp a dropper post on this part of the post. I mean, you're probably not even supposed to do it where I'm doing it here, but whatever. I'm doing it. It's not gonna hurt anything. So let's take a look here. North Country Mountain Bike. Another Seth hack. Use a rear camera. That's true. And yep, somebody else left a super chat here and it disappeared. Let me see if I can go into the history. Sorry, I'm still finished figuring this live stream thing out. Here we go. DBRD Productions, love your video, Seth. Well, thank you. Thank you very much for the tip. We spent crazy amounts of money getting this shop set up, and thanks North Country Mountain Bike. Maybe I can't believe what was happening with that camera. That was just insane. All right, so I gotta get all this crap off the bike so I can put it together. I actually chose this color scheme, even though it's a bike that was used at Sea Otter. I actually chose this color scheme. Carl from Orange Bikes North America was asking me, if I was going to be interested in one of the full suspension bikes, which, like I said, my stable is just too large to take on another bike right now and give it a fair amount of screen time. I looked at all of them, and this one was the most unique because it is short travel front and rear, and it is a trail bike. It's trail geometry. It's not XC. And one of the unique things about the Orange bikes, and call it what you will, but this is a single pivot rear suspension. Now, of course, the advantage of having a more complicated linkage, like what I have on my trail bike, is efficiency. When you're climbing hills and when you're pedaling, the bike bobs around less and you have less feedback when you're actually cranking the pedals. But this is the old way. This is the way bikes used to be made a long time ago. The first full suspension bikes had a single pivot. And Orange still does that. Now, people that love these say it's more responsive, it's more playful, it's more poppy, there's less stuff moving around. And of course, with the recent advancements in technology with dampers, they say that it's now kind of a viable option. Now, the main criticism that I hear is that it's not as efficient. It can be more tiring pedaling on one of these bikes, and when you're just kind of pedaling around on flat ground, it can bob around a little bit. And of course, I'm going to be able to find that out firsthand. But right now, I just want to put this guy together and see what it looks like. So I don't know. Okay, so this is some kind of a dummy hub. So that's easy enough. I've never seen this before. Okay. Yeah. Dummy hub. That comes down. Put that up there. And sorry about the lapse in videos, guys. There have been way fewer videos than normal because I'm moving my entire life to another state and getting everything set up, getting stable internet connection here, and really just making it so that I can make this my full-time job and post videos like absolute crazy for you. I want to just get up in the morning and just do this. Just make hacks videos, tutorials, rides, adventures, pump bike tires full of water or whatever. Let me get this out of Drama's way. He doesn't know what's going on. Okay, I gotta get a cutter. We got a zip tie in there. Now you can also see that there's no tools up on this pegboard. That's coming too. You're gonna have all new tools up there, and that's gonna be part of the video. It's gonna be really cool. Oh man, somebody had fun on this. Little bit of dirt, but no mud. I like that. Wow, there's still the little plastic thing on the X1 derailleur. Oh, I was about to say they forgot a wheel. But this is my first real experience with one of these Evoc bags. It's in the back. That's pretty clever, actually. Just a lot smaller than a bike box. Man. I really wish that bikes were shipped in something like this, because when I take apart a new bike and open the bike box, it's like garbage apocalypse. Actually, where we live, we don't have trash pickup. It's like right on the outskirts of Asheville. And we had to keep going to this place called the transfer station. It's like a, it's where you throw away your garbage. We have to like load up the back of the car with garbage bags and go, but now I have normal trash pickup. So yeah, big difference from living in the city. So SRAM has this little piece here so you can lock the derailleur. Here we go. Wow, not much to put together actually. We're gonna have to find something else to do tonight. I think this is gonna go quickly. Let me check the chat and see what we got going on here. Did I forget how to unlock this derailleur? Why am I pulling it back and nothing's happening? There we go. I'm gonna have to find the pedals too, unless it didn't come with pedals. I got an extra set laying around. Will you ever build or ride a dual crown downhill bike? You know, I don't know. I was talking to Phil about this, and he said that on really, really rough downhill trails, it's definitely a huge benefit. But these days, with the kind of advancements in technology, you don't necessarily need one, and sometimes it's really fun to just ride a trail bike because you can throw it around more and everything. But some of the downhill stuff here that I've been doing is really, really gnarly and really, really hard on bikes. So if I ever visit places with lifts, I probably would have to mess with one of those dual crown downhill bikes and give it a try because, man, even on a bike with 160 millimeters of travel, it is tough. Definitely a far cry from Miami. But yeah, I like my bikes to be playful and everything like that, so I try to go kind of on the shorter travel whenever possible, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to try this bike, is it's a trail bike with kind of the travel of an XC bike, so it should be interesting. I don't know if you can see here, maybe I gotta move the bike a little bit, but I have my Allen keys mounted into the bench, which I just did with some drill bits, and it's really cool because my stand's always going to be right here. I'm going to be able to reach over, grab whatever I need. I actually left this Allen key down here. Wait, I need it. I think this is what I need. Yep. And from here I can keep an eye on the chat. Eventually, if I do these super chats more often, I'm going to put a big screen somewhere where I can kind of read the things and not drop what I'm doing. So I can keep working and see your chats. But, you know, I don't know, I'm still figuring out this live chat thing. I haven't read enough comments to really know whether you guys dig it or not. I've also got my magnetic bowl up here to put stuff in and not lose it. Love these Renthal fat bars. We'll have to adjust the angles on those when we put them back on. Oh crap, now I don't know which way this thing goes. Does it go this way or this way? Does it matter? Is it identical? You know what? I don't know which way this goes. See, I took this thing off. Do you guys know whether, it says Renthal up this way. Does it go on this way or this way? This is the piece that holds on the handlebar. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at my other orange. I have another orange right here. Can't see it from here. This is also a bike rack that I built, a new kind of bike rack, and I'm going to show you guys how I did that with these wooden dowels. Oh, Renthal is going down on the left and up on the right, so I guess it doesn't matter which way it is. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. You're okay, buddy. What happened? You don't feel good? Yeah, Drama's eye is bothering me. There, here. Sit down. There you go, you got your bed. Okay. So now I can install this, I guess, the way that it's supposed to be. And it is raining out right now, but maybe I'll move my car out of the way and hop around on this a little bit once I'm done. I'm sure it can survive a couple of minutes in the rain. What do you guys think? I guess I don't notice that big of a quality difference between the front camera and the rear one, although this is technically, I think it's 720p, and then the front one is 1080, so I'm sure you guys, most of you are watching on 4-inch smartphone screens, so it probably doesn't matter that much. I'm going to get these bars just loosely into place, and then I'm going to go over and check the chat again. I'll tell you, it is so much easier to do little projects when you have a workspace. I mean, it's like a dream. When I was a kid, I had a big garage. It wasn't my garage, it was my dad's garage, but I certainly spent a lot of time doing stuff in there. And so this is probably the first time I've really had a garage since I was 17 years old, 16 years old. 31, so that's been a long time. So let's take a look at the chat here. Read some of your comments. Yes, I am moved into my new digs in North Carolina. And yeah, BKXC is here. People say the quality's alright. What are my thoughts on Maxxis versus Continental? I haven't had much experience with Continental tires on mountain bikes, but I love them on the road. But otherwise, I'm a Maxxis guy. A lot of my bikes come with Schwalbe, but when I can choose my tire, I usually go with Maxxis. Hello from Fort Lauderdale, always. When are you coming back to Ringwood? Maybe this summer. Might get too hot here. I might have to go further north. Is it carbon? No, this is actually aluminum. It's hand built. This entire thing is welded together in Britain. I think they still are, right? 6061 T6 aluminum, built in Britain, with pride since 1988. Should I ride with a broken arm? Only you can answer that question. I would say no. You can, but I wouldn't. Is that the color you wanted? Yeah. So when they ordered up this bike to demo, Carl from Orange actually asked me what color, and I kind of obsessed over the colors for a little bit on their website, and I said, you know what, this would look really cool. And this color scheme for me was sort of influenced by Miami. Since I was leaving Florida and moving here, I kind of wanted to get something that reminded me of Miami. Even though I don't yet intend on keeping this bike, I did want to choose something that was sort of kind of citrusy and tropical looking. Will I ever come back to Bentonville? I really hope so. I really hope so. I would like to, and actually it's within driving distance of here. I guess 10 hours or something like that. Will I ever do another roadie trip? No, I'm never doing that again. Definitely never again, but unless I get talked into it somehow. So yeah, for anybody who just came in, no, I'm not adding another bike to the stable. This is a loaner bike. This is a bike that I very much wanted to try, but I'm not. So just real talk here for a second. When I get a bike, when a company sends me a bike, obviously they do it knowing that it's going to get screen time, and that's why they send it to me. But when somebody sends you a bike, everything's really transparent. You can see the head tube angle, you can see the top tube length, you can see every little thing about the bike, you can see what type of components it has. So I know before I get a bike with 95% certainty whether I'm gonna like it or not. This bike is just, I've never really ridden anything like it before. It is a trail bike with short travel. So this is something that I wanted to try and just see what it's like. And you know that, on this channel I'm all about that kind of stuff. So this is kind of a really unique bike. It's got this single pivot suspension, which is sort of old-fashioned, but now with the improvements in damper technology, they're saying that it actually can make the bike a little bit more fun to ride. Less efficient, but more fun to ride. So I'm just itching to try this thing and see what it's like. Let's see here. Another wheel to put on. Man, this friggin' thing is almost put together. I'm gonna have to ride it or something for you guys to make up an hour at a time, or make Drama do tricks or something. Is this wheel having trouble fitting in here? Or did these forks get tweaked in during shipping? No. I just don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Man, I love these Hope hubs. I think I gotta adjust the maxillary tension a little bit. There we go, that's perfect. Alright, so I haven't put the handlebars. Hey, Mountain Bike Geek, thank you. I'll be heading to Texas in 30 days from Australia. Have you ridden there before? I'm loving the Norgo Torrent FS 7.1. Hey, I rode that. I haven't ridden in Texas before. There are parts of Texas that I heard have some pretty decent mountain biking. I mean, there are parts of Texas that are close to New Mexico. There's Texas Hill Country, which, the elevation isn't crazy, but it's enough for some good mountain bike trails. But I've never ridden there, so I don't have much to say about it. But thank you, Mountain Bike Geek. I said I've seen a few people mention the Industry 9 wheels and hubs since I'm here in Asheville. I've actually spoken to the guys over at I-9, and they want me to come ride the pump track over there, which I think there's like a drop-in from the roof. So I've been meaning to get caught up here and make a trip over there, so I'll definitely do that on the channel. I've never ridden in Washington, but I've been to Washington, and I was just tortured looking around, not having my bike. Alright, let's get back to the bike here. So, now that I've got this thing kind of loosely put together, we can adjust the handlebars. Actually, this is about how I like them. I tend to run my bars a little bit more forward than a lot of people would because I like hopping. So when they're pitched forwards, it's easier to kind of pull up. It doesn't make or break it, but it does feel good. Yeah, that's about how I like them. And hey, we can attach these loosely, and then we can do something I almost never do, and that's use a torque wrench. Or maybe not. I usually just count the threads on the front of the stem to try and get it as close as possible. I guess stems are usually like what? 5 Newton meters, 8 Newton meters, I don't know. I do it by what they call it perceived torque. Perceived torque is not using a torque wrench. But I think Park Tool calls it perceived torque. I guess if you're an experienced mechanic that's used the torque wrench a bunch of times, you can kind of feel it out. But I thought that was kind of a funny term, perceived torque. Which is kind of a cop-out, just not using the right tools, but I'm sure we've all installed stems without using torque wrenches. Just don't crank down crazy hard, but most importantly, try and go evenly on all the bolts. Yeah, give this one a little crank. All right, so I got to do pedals. Let me put it up here so that you guys can see. Wow, this is not heavy at all. Actually, once I get some pedals on there, let's check the weight of this bad boy and then take a closer look at it. Maybe I'll even take the camera off the tripod. All right, so let's take a look through here. Now, demo bikes oftentimes do not have pedals because people like to use their own pedals. You know, there's any different number of clipless pedals, preferences for platform pedals, and it looks like there are no pedals in here. So I'm just going to grab the Race Face Chesters off of my Orange P7, and we'll throw those on there. What do I need? I need this. Actually, I think it's this size. Yep. I think I need to take this bike down. Sorry, guys. Just gonna grab these pedals really quick so we have one to put on this bike. And of course, the pedal on your drive side just goes on normally. Is there grease? Yeah, there's grease in here. I would re-grease it, but it's gonna be fine. So when you're installing and tightening, when you're removing or tightening pedals, I think it's very important to leave your chain on the bike, because if the chain's not there and the sprocket's exposed and you kind of lunge your hand forward, you could really destroy your hand on the teeth of the sprocket. Drama's getting restless. Drama, come here, buddy. Why does this thing feel like it's just turning and turning and turning? Oh, I see, it's recessed a little bit. We got one of them. You want to go back inside, buddy? I'm gonna let Drama back in the house. I think he's done. You don't want to be in the live stream? Come on. Come on. All right. He wants to sit on the couch and watch TV. Oh, what do we have here? BKXC, thank you. Towards some real pedals, Shimano XT. Underhanded super chat comment. Real pedals. I like my Chesters. I like my platforms. Thank you very much. So, pedals that are on your non-drive side, on the passenger side of the bike, they're actually reverse thread. If you've never installed, I'm sure most of you guys have installed or changed pedals before, but those of you who haven't, you actually have to turn it the opposite way, and a lot of new riders will actually go crazy trying to figure that out. What do we have here? North Country mountain bike towards a 75-inch flat screen for live chat. More pedals. North Country mountain bike. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna have to put a big flat screen right up there so that while I'm working, I can just look towards the camera and read your guys' chats. So this goes reverse thread. Man, not a lot of steps to put together one of these bikes in those boxes. It actually shipped with the seat post in there, which I'm not sure if you can do that on a larger bike. This is a small, so I think that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. Yeah, we're gonna need to do a little better on the pressure here. What pressure do you guys run? If I'm tubeless on almost all of my bikes, but if it's a normal, like 2.3 or 2.4 tire, I'm usually at like 22 psi ideally. If I'm riding stuff that's really rocky and fast where you can get a lot of pinch flats, then I'll bump it up sometimes as high as like 28. PSI, you fat bikers. 25, 80, we got some BMXers out there. 24. A lot of street riders. 80, 60 PSI. Never do that on a mountain bike. This thing's below 20. It's been sitting in there. All right, we got her. I'm gonna burst a little bit out there. It'll live. It'll be okay. Get this front tire up. Another thing that I should probably invest in is an air compressor. Although I don't mind using a floor pump, but it's cool to be able to blow things out or install non-lock-on grips. There's a lot of cool uses for an air compressor. I could run air tools and stuff like that. Let me know, do you guys think I should get an air compressor? Alright, we got this thing off. Maybe I can take this for a little ride in the garage. Hey, Giovanni, thank you. Thank you very much. Why is your thing not sticking to the top? I guess maybe you didn't write anything. Seth's Whistler Bike Park Fund. I have HT Films. Hey, I've been speaking to Matt over email, and I'm trying to come up with some kind of a trip to Whistler. It's I'm starting to run out of time. I really have to put something together, so maybe tomorrow I'll sit down in earnest and figure that out. But yeah, thank you for the reminder, Matt. I really do need to get my ass to Whistler. Getting air off a dusty bike, that's another good reason to use a Whistler, Whistler, Whistler. Air compressors are amazing. Hey, can I donate an air compressor? I guess you could, but I'll buy one myself. Thank you though. Alright. So let's get some of this crap out of the way and let's take this thing down. Let's see what we can do here. I didn't get this space for nothing. We don't need a dog bed in the way here. That's just gonna slow us down. Let me put my hardtail back up on the shelf. Some people are asking if it's okay to hang your bike by the seat like this. It is, but if you have a dropper post, you want to make sure it's extended. You don't want to have it in the down position and then try to hang it by the seat because it's going to force it up and that's not cool. Seth's Whistler Bike Park Fund. Love it. So for anybody who's just joining, I didn't order this bike. This isn't my bike. This is a loaner bike from Orange Bikes of North America. It's a very unique bike. It's got short travel, like a cross-country bike, but it's got the geometry of a trail bike. So it's something that I was kind of curious about, and I wanted to try. Before I take it down, I'm just going to test everything here. Well, mechanics over at Orange did a pretty good job. It's like the stops, yeah, stops are set right. Front and rear brakes are good. Yeah. Let's get this crap out of the way and keep this puppy down. Gonna get to ride something in my garage. I guess I'm gonna be setting a bad example for the kids if I don't put on a helmet. Somebody's gonna get upset. One thing that I've been rolling with lately is this silicone wedding band. It's just rubber. I'm a family man, but sometimes you don't realize it because I can't wear it when I'm doing active stuff, but with this rubber one I can. So let's see here. Not that I can get that much of a feel for it in here. Whoa, I've definitely got to adjust this sag. Somebody, I guess way lighter than me was on here. Well, let's see. Or somebody that likes it really squishy. We'll have to add a little bit of air. Wow, my main complaint about some of the oranges is that they have really kind of longish top tubes, which is nice for crushing descents, but this one doesn't feel that way. Oh, somebody told me that the single pivot is kind of poppier and more playful, and I'm really interested to see, like I said, you give up a little bit of efficiency, but you kind of get it back in fun factor, and that's really what this is all about. So, okay. Let's add a little air. let's see what it's at. Take a educated guess at what it should be, and then give it another try. Or maybe just set the sag properly. So actually, this version of the Monarch, you can flip this switch to change the speed of the rebounds. All right, it's at 100. I already know that's way too little. Okay, let's. Wow, this is really not heavy at all. I know that's not like a by the book sag setting. I'm really supposed to kind of hold onto a table or something, but man, there must have been like a 90-pound kid or something riding this bike, because I'm like 155 pounds. But I don't look it. All right, let's see where we're at now. I have a feeling we got it. Although I don't know officially what the manufacturer recommends a sag should be on this bike, but I figure a good starting point's around, yeah, we're like 28, 30, that should do her. And then what do we have going on here with the fork? What's the fork at? I want to play on this thing, so I need it to return quickly. Oh, the rebound was set way slow. I'm gonna go like 6 clicks from fully open. There we go. What's the low speed rebound? Let me open it all the way up. 7 clicks for now. You know what? Let me slow it down slightly. Slow it down 3 clicks. Yeah. Yeah, it feels right. Now what's my sag at? Actually, not that I was exactly in the attack position there, but it registered at 25, so I think it's actually okay, because I think it would push down a little bit more. All right, let me put the camera in a different spot so we can get more of the garage. Let me see where my riding area is here. Here we go, sort of a garage reveal. I'll do an official garage reveal later this week. There we go. Actually, it is really responsive. The suspension in the back, although I'm not riding it over a trail, it does feel a little, it feels like it's got more reach than my trail bike, which I'm not always fond of for playing around, but of course this is probably its speed, very stable. Of course, right now all I know about is how it performs on bunny hops. If it wasn't totally disgusting out and there was a little bit more light, I could take it through my yard and show you guys, but We'll have to test ride this in a different video. For now, that's what I set out to do in this live stream, is put this Orange 4 together. Let me set it up over here and give you guys a closer look. Let's see what happens if I switch this camera around. Is it going to go up and down like it did before? Yeah, it does. It still shifts up and down for no reason. All right. So, looks like we got SRAM XO. I don't know whether this is SRAM X1 or SRAM XO. I can't tell by looking at it. Race face rims. We got Hope hubs. Hand built in Britain. You can see the cable routing over there. I do like the cable routing on this. It's on the outside over here, and then it goes in the inside through there. The main complaint I have about internal cable routing in general is that it's such a pain to work on, and on this bike really the main part of it is on the outside, and then you just have one kind of stretch at the back that you have to worry about. That's kind of cool, and it doesn't look bad. Got a RockShox reverb, pops up pretty reliably. I have the KS Lev on a lot of my bikes, and unless you've been sitting on it, sometimes it doesn't want to pop up. Somebody told me you can put like 250 PSI in and it solves that issue, but you know, it's not very good to do. The Pike, certainly know about that. SRAM guide brakes. I mean, this is stuff that's on a lot of my bikes. The guide R's, they do feel pretty good. Again, I'm gonna have to take this on a real test ride out in Pisgah or something to let you guys know. But just in hopping around the garage, I'm digging the shorter travel. Feels kind of fun, and I'm excited to see how it rides. Now, the last thing we're gonna do today is Brian from BKXC actually sent me a package. So I'm gonna open it up and see what this is all about. Let me just get you guys back up here. Move my tripod. Somebody asked me to do 180. I think I'm gonna try that after this. Maybe. Screwed up all my lights and stuff. Oh, and thank you, Orange, for sending me this loaner bike. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this to orange. There we go. All right, so Brian sent me a package. Let's see what this is. No way! No way! Oh my God. All right, so let me empty this out and show you everything one by one. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I got a few cool stickers. Sketchytrails.com. Really good quality stickers. The kind of paper it's on, like almost like homebrew kind of stuff. Sketchytrails.com, Christina.wait@gmail.com. So I believe Christina is an artist, maybe a mountain bike artist. And look, now you guys who have been with me since last summer will know what this is. And here's a note from Brian. Seth, hope you like this. I love your channel and was thrilled to be asked to draw one from Brian. May enjoy it. May enjoy your home, Christina. Christina, this is going to get framed. Big time. This is going to enjoy a permanent spot in my shop. This is incredible. The detail, I mean the GoPro on the handlebar and the oasis of the seas in the background and everything, the overcast skies. I mean, there's absolutely no detail left out of this. And look at how majestic the Mongoose Dolomite is. Just, man, it's since been mutilated. It's now a tall bike, but wow. This is so awesome. Thank you, Brian, and thank you, Christina. The Wall-Goose. This is, actually, both of my uncles are professional picture framers, so this is gonna get a really good matte job and framing, for sure. Let's check the comments here. I forgot to weigh the Orange 4. I promised you guys I would weigh the Orange 4, so I'm gonna do that right now. Let's weigh her and see what happens. So I got my little fish scale. I don't have the official park one yet, but this thing does the trick. You pull down on it and it gives you weight. So for you guys in the EU, I will give you it in kilograms, and for everybody in the United States, I'm gonna give it to you in pounds. So let's first weigh it in pounds. Tear it. All right, so gotta balance the bike on here. Again, this is why it would be kind of nice to have the official one. All right, the bike is hitting the ground, so let's see if I can balance it on the tip of the saddle. Still hitting the ground. I can't get an accurate reading like that. So I'm gonna raise my stand a little bit. Keep an eye on the chat here. Tear it. $29.56 pounds. So it's pretty much identical in weight to my hardtail, my Steel P7. So this is not heavy. This is not a heavy bike. Pretty average for an aluminum 4-inch travel bike. Very good. Let's switch it over to kilograms. 13.41 kilograms for all you guys in the UK. 14.41. So, yeah. See, it's an aluminum bike, hand welded. And again, it's being ridden for, I'm going to take this for a test. As I had mentioned before, for you guys who are late to the live stream or just popped in rather, when a company sends me a bike, they do so knowing that I'm going to ride it and it's going to get screen time, and that's pretty much the arrangement. But before I get a bike, I know whether I'm going to like it or not. I know whether it's going to be a waste of time because I can see the head tube angle and the top tube length and the reach, and I can see all those things, and I know the components that it's going to come with. So I know whether it's going to be a waste of time. I know whether it's going to be something that I'm going to have to ride and send back to them because I can't say good things about it. This is one of those bikes where I have absolutely no idea what to expect because I've never ridden a short travel trail bike. Every trail bike that I've ridden was, 150 millimeters or 160 millimeters. So this is shorter. It's like an XC bike, but it's got the geometry of a trail bike. So I'm interested to try it out. I'm interested to take it on some rough terrain and see how she handles. So this is a loaner, and I'll see how I like it. I have too many bikes in my stable right now, so to add anything, I'm gonna have to really, really love it. But so far, good things. Oh, the 180. The 180. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in the garage. Maybe I'll do it out of the garage. Again, this has a little bit of a longer top tube. I don't know about 180 in this thing. Let's find out right now if that's a good idea or a bad idea. All right, attempt 2. I gotta do it cleaner than that. I gotta do a cleaner 180. That was very sloppy. I'll take it. Thanks for riding with me today, guys. I'll see you next time.